Welcome to Numbers World. Today we are going to solve past papers of ICATS Mathematics Contest of year 2023 for grade 7 and 8. Question number 1. In which story the answer to the question is 0? Option A is Maggie has a new video game called Sorcerer's Mission. Before she reached the final level, she collected 400 magic beans. During the final level, she earned 400 magic beans as a bonus. How many magic beans did Maggie end the game with? So at the first level, she earned 400 magic beans, and at the final level, she again earned 400. So the total is 800. Option B is Maggie has a new video game called Sorcerer's Mission. Before she reached the final level, she collected 400 magic beans. During the final level, she bought a new robe for her character, which cost 400 beans. How many magic beans did Maggie end the game with? So here at the first level she earned 400 magic beans, and at the final level she spent 400 magic beans. So the total is 0. Option B is the correct option here. Option C is both A and B, and option B is none of these. So option B and D are incorrect. Question number 2. When Danish began his science experiment, he had 20 milliliters of an unknown solution. During the experiment, the change in the volume of the solution was minus 9 milliliters. What was the final volume of the solution? To solve the problem, Danish added 20 and minus 9 and came up with an answer of minus 11 milliliters. Is Danish correct? Why or why not? Option A is yes, Danish is correct, which is not correct. Option B is no, the answer should have been 11 milliliters, not minus 11 milliliters, because the volume should not be negative. So here he added minus 9 into 20. So plus minus minus, it means we are going to subtract 9 out of 20, and sign of the bigger number will come, that is plus here. So the answer will be 11 milliliters, not minus 11 milliliters. So option B is the correct option here. Option C is no, Danish should have subtracted minus 9 out of 20 because the volume decreases. So it is also not correct. And last option is none of these. So here option B is the only correct option. Question number 3. Jamshed plans to serve cheese and crackers as an appetizer at his next dinner party. He buys 0.8 pounds of cheddar cheese. If the cheese costs $5.35 per pound, how much does he spend? So the cost of 1 pound of cheddar cheese is $5.35. As he wants to buy 0.8 pounds of cheese, so we will simply multiply 0.8 by the cost of 1 pound cheddar cheese, that is 5.35. The total cost is $4.28. So Jamshed spent $4.28 to buy 0.8 pounds of cheddar cheese. Question number 4. In which story could you use the quotient 450 divided by 22 to answer the question? Option A is the surface of Mercury can get as hot as 450 degrees Celsius if the highest surface temperature on Mercury is about 22 times that on Mars. About how hot can Mars get? So let's make an equation. The temperature on Mercury is equal to 22 times the temperature of Mars. We already know the temperature of Mercury, which is 450 degrees Celsius. To find out the temperature of Mars, we will move 22 on the other side of the equal. That will be written as 450 divided by 22 is equal to temperature of Mars. So in option A, we can use the quotient 450 divided by 22. So option A is the correct one. So let's read the option B as well. The surface of Mercury can get as hot as 450 degrees Celsius if the highest surface temperature on Venus is about 22 degrees greater than on Mercury. About how hot can Venus get? So the second equation will be written like this. The temperature of Venus is equal to 22 plus temperature of Mercury. It is including addition, not multiplication or division. So option A is the correct one. Question number 5. In a class test containing 15 questions, 4 marks are given for every correct answer and minus 2 marks are given for every incorrect answer. Option 1. Fatima attempts all questions but only 9 of her answers are correct. What is her total score? So there are 15 questions in total. Fatima has done 9 questions correctly out of 15, so it means her 6 questions are incorrect. For every correct answer, she will get 4 marks. So 9 fours are 36, and for every incorrect answer, 2 marks will be deducted. Out of 15, 6 questions are incorrect, so 6 twos are 12. So we will subtract 12 out of her earned points. So 36 is the total of her correct answer. So we will subtract 12 out of 36, that is equal to 24, which is the total score of Fatima. The second part is one of her friends gets only 5 answers correct. What will be her score? So out of 15, 5 answers are correct. It means 10 parts are incorrect. So let's count the total of the correct parts first. So for every correct answer, she will get 4 marks. So 5 fours are 20. And as she has done 10 parts incorrectly, so 2 marks will be deducted for each incorrect answer. So 10 twos are 20. It means her friend's score is 0. So option C is representing the correct answer. So option C is the correct one. Fatima's score will be 24 and her friend's score will be 0. Question number 6. When the value of Coral Island bookstore stock fell 5 points, the change was represented online as minus 5 points. The next day, the change in value of the stock was represented as 6 points. Which of these describes the change in the stock's value? Here, fall means negative points while rise means positive point. The next day, the change in the value of the stock was represented as 6 points, so it means it rose 6 points. So option C is the correct option here. Question number 7. John has just moved to a new town and wants to share plates of baked goods with his neighbors. He has 10 cookies and 15 brownies to share and wants to split them equally among the plates with no food left over. What is the greatest number of plates he can make to share? So to find out the maximum number of plates, we will take the highest common factor of 10 and 15, that is 5. It means he will make maximum 5 plates to share with his neighbors. Question number 8. A beauty salon in the Princeton has 4 beauticians and keep track of how often clients request each one specifically. So there are 90 requests for Lester, 60 requests for Nina and Carl each, and 90 requests for Salman. What fraction of requests were for Salman? To find out the fraction, let's count the total number of requests. So the total of all the requests is equal to 300. Now to calculate the fraction, we will divide the number of requests for Salman by the total number of requests, which is 300. So 90 by 300 is equal to 3 by 10. Option A is the correct option. Question number 9. Using the path shown below, how long is the shortest route from Bourneville to Lakeside? So there are 2 routes from Bourneville to Lakeside. The first one is Bourneville to Lowell, then Oxford, and at the end Lakeside. So the total of 5.5 kilometers, 6 kilometers, and 6.5 kilometers is equal to 18 kilometers. Now the second route is from Bourneville to Lowell and then Lakeside. So the total of 5.5 kilometers and 11.5 kilometers is equal to 17 kilometers. So the second route is shorter than the first one. So option B is the correct one. The shortest route from Bourneville to Lakeside is 17 kilometers. Question number 10. Your mother said you to buy 2 by 5 of a kilogram of oysters, 2 by 5 of a kilogram of crab meat, and 3 by 5 of a kilogram of mussels. How much would it cost as per following price list? So as we have to buy 2 by 5 of a kilogram of oysters, so we will look at the price list. The price of oysters is $3 per kg. But we have to buy 2 by 5 of kilograms, so we will multiply 2 by 5 by $3. The cost of crab meat is $4 per kg and we have to buy 2 by 5 of a kilogram. So we'll multiply 2 by 5 by $4. And at the end we have to buy 3 by 5 of a kilogram of mussels. So we will multiply the cost of mussels, which is $4 per kg by 3 by 5. So So after solving the equation, we get $5.2. So the total cost will be $5.2. So option C is the correct option here. Question number 11. Aslam is extremely exhausted after playing a one-day cricket match. He wants to go home by taking the shortest route. There are two roads that lead to his home shown as below. Road A is 14,082 yards. Road B is 8 miles. Which road will Aslam take? So here 1 mile is equal to 1760 yards. So we can convert the length of road A into miles to find out the difference between the lengths of road A and B both. So if we convert it into miles, we will divide 14,082 by 1760, which is equal to 8 miles. So there is no difference between the length of road A and road B. So option C is the correct option here. Both roads are same. Question number 12. The attendance at 3 concerts was 876, 647 and 856. Which expression shows how to estimate the total attendance at the concert? Get all the options, the attendance is rounded to the nearest hundreds. So if we round 876 to the nearest hundreds, it will be approximately equal to 900. After rounding 647 to the nearest hundreds, we get 600. And 856 will be rounded to the nearest hundred, we will get 900. So option C is the correct estimation of the attendance that is rounded to the nearest hundreds. Question number 13. My little builder's building blocks come in sets of different sizes. This scatter plot shows the number of blocks in some sets and how much each set costs. Which of the following is a reasonable estimate for the price of a 150 block set? So if we look at the graph carefully, for 50 blocks the price is $20. For 100 blocks the price is $24. For 150 blocks the price is missing, but for 200 blocks the price is $32. So if you look at the pattern carefully, there is a jump of $4 after every 50 blocks. So if we follow this pattern, for 150 blocks, the price will be $28. Option C is the correct option here. Question number 14. If you look at this object from the top, what will you see? If we look at this figure from the top, we will see option B. The reason is that from top, all 8 blocks will be visible because there is a block present in the lower layer of the block. So option B is the correct option here. Question number 15. Fatima is teaching her little sister Musfira how to catch a football. Fatima holds the football in her hand and throws it high and long in the air. Musfira has to run back several steps, but she catches it successfully and holds on to it. Which graph could show the height of the football over time? So the football follows the path of projectile shown by figure A. Because Fatima holds the football for few seconds and throws in the air, it attains its maximum height and starts coming down towards the ground, but Musfira catches it and holds it for few seconds. So option A is the correct option here. Option B and C are representing that ball fell down on the ground, which is not correct. And in option D, the ball stays in the air at the same time for few seconds, which is not correct at all. So option A is the correct option here. Question number 16. Amna has outgrown the bike she rode when she was small, so for her 12th birthday, her parents surprise her with a 5-speed Blaze Rider 2000. Amna has never had a bike with multiple speeds before, and she is eager to learn how it works. She starts by testing the middle speed. The graph shows the proportional relationship between the number of times Amna pedals and the number of times the wheel rotates. What does the point V represent? So let's read the labels of X and Y axis. At X-axis, we have times Amna pedals and Y-axis is representing times the wheels rotate. So if we look at point V, it is clear from the graph that wheels rotate 18 times when Amna pedals 12 times. So option A is representing the correct information. The wheels rotate 18 times when she pedals 12 times. So option A is the correct one here. Question number 17. The price of a toy increased from rupees 4 to rupees 7. What is the percent of change in the price? So let's calculate the increased price first. So we will subtract 4 out of 7, that is equal to rupees 3. It means the price has increased rupees 3. Now to calculate the percentage increase, we will divide increased price, that is 3 here, by the original price, which is 4, and then multiply it by 100. So 3 by 4 multiplied by 100 is equal to 75%. So option B is the correct option here. Question number 18. At soccer practice, Hassan warms up by kicking balls at the goal. Yesterday, Hassan made 24 goals in 3 minutes. Today, he only spent 2 minutes kicking the balls at the goal. If Hassan made goals at the same rate, how many goals did he make today? So let's calculate the rate of the goals first. For that, we will divide the number of the goals by the time given, that is 3 minutes. So 24 divided by 3 is equal to 8 goals per minute. Now he spent only 2 minutes kicking the balls and he is making the goals at the same rate. So we will multiply 8 by 2 minutes. That is equal to 16 goals. So it means Hassan made 16 goals in 2 minutes because he was making the goals at the same rate as yesterday. So option A is the correct option here. Question number 19. You want to buy a desk chair which has a sale price of $36. Keeping in view the following discount coupon, what was the original price? So it is mentioned on the coupon that 10% off of the original price. Let X be the original price as there was a discount of 10% of the original price. So if we subtract it out of the original price, the amount is $36, which is the sale price of the desk chair right now. Original price minus 10%, it means that 90% of the original price is equal to 36. So let's write 90% as 90 by 100 and solve it to get the value of X. So 36 will be multiplied by 100 and then we will divide the answer by 90. That is equal to $40. So it means the original price of the desk chair was $40 and after 10% discount, it is $36 now. So option A is the correct option here. Question number 20. A restaurant critic reviewed restaurants in Oxford and Fairview. In Oxford, the critic gave 33 positive reviews and 18 negative reviews. In Fairview, 11 of the reviews were positive and 5 were negative. In which city did the restaurant critic give a lower ratio of negative reviews to positive reviews? So here in Oxford, they got 18 negative reviews and 33 positive reviews. So the ratio of negative reviews to positive reviews is 6 by 11. And in Fairview, they got 11 positive and 5 negative reviews. So the ratio of negative to positive is 5 by 11. So we can clearly see the review ratio of Oxford is greater than Fairview. So option A is the critic gave a lower ratio to Oxford. That is not correct. Option B is the critic gave a lower ratio in Fairview. That is the correct option here. Option C is neither. The critic gave the same ratio in both cities. And option D is none of these. Option C and D are also incorrect. Only the option B is correct here. Question number 21. Mariam and two friends are at a movie theater. They have $52 and spent $34.5 of it on movie tickets. They also buy 3 drinks at that each cost the same amount. After buying the movie tickets and drinks, they have $4 remaining. How much did each drink cost? So the total money was $52 and the remaining money is $4. 52 minus 4 is equal to $48. It means they spent $48 at the movie theater. So after buying the tickets, the remaining amount is $13.5. As they bought 3 drinks that each cost the same amount, so we will divide 13.5 by 3, which is equal to $4.5. The price of each drink is $4.5. Option D is the correct option here. Question number 22. Find the value of A in the following. that is 1A multiplied by A, which is equal to A9. So if we multiply A by A, it should be A square. But at the place of A square, 9 is written. It means the value of A square is equal to 9. If we take square root of A square, the answer is 3. It means the value of A is equal to 3. So option C is the correct option here. It is basically 13 multiplied by 3, that is equal to 39. Question number 23. A store manager collects information about the number of people who visit his store each week. The information collected over a 3-week period is listed below. The number of people that visited the store in week 1 was 3,200. The number of people that visited the store in week 2 was 10% more than week 1. The number of people that visited the store in week 3 was 15% more than week 2. How many people visited the store in week 3? So in the first week, 3,200 people visited the store. In the second week, 10% more people visited the store than week 1. So you'll find the 10% of 3,200, that is 320. And if we add it to 3,200, the total is 3,520. It means 3,520 people visited the store in second week. Now, in the third week, 15% more people visited the store than week 2. So we will calculate the 15% of 3,520 and add it into 3,520. So 15% of 3,520 is 528. So after adding it, we get 4,048. So 4,048 people visited the store in week 3. So option D is our correct option here. Question number 24. Mr. Wasim recorded the amount he spent on petrol each month to see if it would be cheaper to take the train to work instead of car. According to the graph, when was the rate of change greater? So if we look at the graph carefully, we can clearly see that the dollars spent on the petrol are increasing from April to May and June and July. But the rate of change is greater in June and July as compared to April and May. So option B will be the correct option here between June and July. Question number 25. Aisha owns a dog grooming business. The prices for 2 services are listed below. $31.5 for a dog wash and $17 for a nail trim. A customer receives an 18% discount when paying for both a dog wash and a nail trim. What is the total price the customer will pay for a dog wash and a nail trim with the discount? So the total price of the both services is $48.5. Now we have to calculate the total price after the discount. For that purpose, we will calculate 18% of $48.5 and subtract it out of 48.5. So 0.18 can be written as 18%. We will multiply it by 48.5, that is equal to 8.73, which will be subtracted out of 48.5. So the remaining amount is $39.77. That is our option B. So the customer will pay $39.77 after the discount for the both services. Question number 26. Write an algebraic expression for 77 more than the product of 2 and u. The product of 2 and u will be written as 2u, and 77 more than the product of 2 and u can be written as 77 plus 2u. That is our option B. Question number 27. The members of Sewing Circle are making blankets to give to shelters. This week they made 18 twin-size blankets and 38 queen-size blankets. Using a total of 414 meters of fabric last week, the members completed 18 twin-size blankets and 20 queen-size blankets, which required 252 total meters of fabric. How much fabric is used for the different sizes of blankets? A twin-size blanket uses dash meters of fabric and a queen-sized one uses dash meters. So we will use the second part of the information given in the question. The total fabric they used was 252 meters. If they used 3 meters to make 18 twin-size blankets and 7 meters to make 20 queen-size blankets, The total amount of fabric they used is 194 meters, which is incorrect because the total should be equal to 252 meters. Now, if they use 3 meters to make 18 twin size blankets and 8 meters to make 20 queen size blankets, the total is equal to 214, which is also incorrect. And option C is also not right, but because the total is 232 here. It should be equal to 252 meters. Now let's check our last option. Here, if they use 4 meters to make 18 twin size blankets and 9 meters to make 20 queen size blankets, they use 252 meters of fabric, which is correct. And we can verify it by using the first part of the information given in the question, that if they used 4 meters to make 18 twin size blankets and 9 meters to make 38 queen size blankets, the total is equal to 414 meters, which is the exact total of fabric which they used before. So option D is the correct option here. A twin size blanket uses 4 meters of fabric and a queen size one uses 9 meters. Question number 28. A scuba diver dives 24 feet below the water surface. The diver then rises 10 feet, stops, and then dives downwards another 18 feet. How far in feet does the diver need to rise upward to reach the water surface? Let the downward diving be negative and rise be positive. As the diver dives 24 feet below the water surface, so we will write minus 24 here. He dives, then rise 10 feet. So plus 10 will be written here. Then he dives 18 feet downwards. So we will write minus 18 here. Minus 24 plus 10 is equal to minus 14. Minus 14 minus 18 will be equal to minus 32 feet. So here the diver is 32 feet downwards the water surface. So he needs to rise 32 feet to reach the water surface. So option D is the correct option here, 32 feet. Question number 29. Which one of the following is not a graphical means of showing data? Option A is pictograms, B is text, option C is bar charts, and the last option is graphs. So the text is a descriptive mean to show the data. It's not graphical. So option B is the correct option here. And here, text. Question number 30. The design of an office parking lot is shown below. The distance between each parking space is filled with the red block. What is the width of the red block between each parking space in the parking lot? So here, the total length of the parking lot is 50 feet. The space between the two red blocks is 8.5 feet. And there are 5 such blocks, so we will find out the total space between the red blocks by multiplying this mixed number 8 wholes 1 by 2 feet by 5. So first of all, we will change this mixed number into fraction. 8 2s are 16, 16 plus 1 is equal to 17. So the fraction will be 17 by 2. 17 5s are 85 and 2 will come in the denominator. So the total space between red blocks is 85 by 2 feet. Now we need to find the total space for red blocks. To do that, we will subtract the total space between the red blocks, which is 85 by 2, out of the total space, that is 50 feet. Here we will have to take the LCM, like 52s are 100. 100 minus 85 divided by 2 is equal to 15 by 2. So this is the total space for red blocks. As there are 4 such red blocks and we need to find out the width of the one red block. To do that, we will multiply 15 by 2 by 1 by 4 because there are 4 red blocks and we have to calculate the width for each red block. So the answer is 15 by 8. We can convert this fraction into mixed number by dividing 15 on 8. So that will be equal to 1 whole 7 by 8. So option C is the correct option here. I hope you liked my video, so don't forget to like and comment on it and subscribe my channel. See you next time.